Barbie Schultz, and I am part of the Collier County Public Library. Many of you are aware that we are very involved in the book club community. We have provided book discussions for many years, and we continue to do that now with our virtual book discussion. One of the services you may not be aware of that we offer is something called Reader's Advisory. That means you can come into your library and we will guide you as a reader, whether you need the newest book by a big name author or a suggestion for your book club, which is why I am here today. Today I have your Reader's Advisory on book club books, with 5 fiction books featuring fascinating female characters. I'm going to start today with this book. It's A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. It is a classic. It is considered one of the great American novels of the 20th century. We all know of Francie Nolan. Most of us read this book when we are in our teens. And books don't change, but we do. This would be an excellent choice for you to bring to your book club and revisit if it's something you read as a teenager or something you're reading for the first time. Some of the questions you might ask yourself while reading this is, why do some people like Francie escape poverty while others do not? Is the American dream still living better than your parents did? This book has been criticized recently as being anti-immigrant. Is this a fair criticism? And how can we, as modern readers, reconcile this? The next one I'm going to bring for you today is called The Editor by Stephen Rowley. This book is about a struggling writer living in New York City in the 90s. When he finally sells his novel to an editor at a major publishing house, his editor turns out to be Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Some of the things you might want to ask yourself while you're reading this is, if you could work closely with a historical figure, who would you pick? And what did you think about the author's depiction of Jackie in this book? And did you know she was an editor at one point in her life? Why does she and the Kennedy name still fascinate us? Or perhaps, would you ever write a novel based on your life? And if you did, would you be comfortable sharing it with your family and friends? The next book I'm going to offer to you today is called Themist of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. Don't be frightened by the size. It is the Arthurian legends told from the point of Morgan Le Fay in the book she's called Morgane. And what is fascinating about this book is it focuses on the women behind the legend of King Arthur. Some of the things you might want to think about while you're reading this one is physical beauty always a positive quality? Does this book change your perception of women's roles in the telling of history? And is there still a role for myths and legends today in our reading? And here we have one of my personal favorites, Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren. For many years, Pippi has encouraged countless girls to believe in themselves. She is financially independent. She can sail the 7 seas. She is audacious, but she is kind. She can carry a horse, and she can lift a man over her head. Why wouldn't you want to introduce her to your book club friends and just reread her adventures? My last book today is called The Mountains Sing, and it is by Wen Fawn Quay Mai. This is my favorite book so far this year. It is beautifully written, and you will not forget the characters or what they survive. It has been called a Vietnamese Grapes of Wrath, and that is something that I would agree with. Some of the things some points you might want to consider is there has been an incredible amount of books and films about the Vietnam War recently. How is this book similar or different? For instance, many of our stories of war are told from the male perspective. This book is told from the viewpoint of two female narrators. How does this make it different? And at one point, one of the characters says, if people were only willing to learn about other cultures, there would be no war on Earth. Would you agree with that? I thank you for your time today. Next time we'll be doing 5 big books that are worth the effort, that are not War and Peace or The Stand. I leave you with a favorite quote by Anna Quindlen. Books are the plane and the train and the road. They are the destination and the journey. They are home.